Hello, hello! Hi there, welcome to the live stream. Today we're gonna check out a soundtrack from a lovely game called Elden Ring. It's a dark fantasy soundtrack, and I'm sure you're gonna enjoy this one if you like that kind of epic cinematic music. Say hi in the chat here, and in tradition we were listening to one of my own tracks, yours truly. A track called Wine and Silent Walls from Diabolical Lilith Part 2. And now we're listening to another track of mine called Chambers of Admantius. Yeah, feel free to shoot if you have specific requests for tracks we should play today. Let me know here in the chat, because as you can see, I am listening in and tuning in. Right, so also before we get going here, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, because a lot of people watch my videos, but only a fraction are subscribed. And it's just a click in the subscribe button below the video here, and make sure you ring that bell too, so you don't miss out on any of these upcoming live shows or videos. And if you're lucky and you subscribe to my channel while we're in the live stream, I'm sure your name will appear somewhere around the screen here. Just so you get a little promotion. So, subscribe. Right, so how's the audio today? Is the audio okay? Music and the microphone? By the way, cheers! Almost Christmas. Just 14 days away. 2 weeks. Thanks a lot, Sebastian. Glad you like it. Unseen, good to see you. Hello. Fawn, good to see you too. Welcome. Godskin Apostles, Song of Lament. Yeah, Glazers, good to have you here too. And as you can see by the icon beside the Glazer's name in the chat, you can see that he's a channel supporter. And you can also become a channel supporter if you want to support these live streams and soundtrack reactions. All the help I can get on this channel helps this train to move forward. Lee Cornwall, yes, I'm thinking we can do a Christmas special, maybe something like favorite tracks from 2025, and yeah, maybe some extra specials. I'll probably do some giveaways. Right, so I think we're ready to get going here. And like I said, if you have favorite tracks and also favorite bosses from Elden Ring, let me know here in the chat. I've not played it through Elden Ring myself, but I have tons of memories from Elden Ring, as it was one of the first Souls games that I really got into playing, and not just rage quitting too early, like I did with Bloodborne. Now I'm giving Bloodborne a second chance, which you might have seen here on my channel, so it actually feels great as soon as you learn how to parry a bit and start to level up a bit and learn the game mechanics. Because they are really some hard games to get into. At least if you're not used to the Souls-like games. Yeah, Elden Ring was really amazing and easy to get going with, I think, compared to the previous Souls games. I think we can begin with... I thought about beginning with the menu track, but I feel maybe we should begin with another track. So, Sebastian Dermont, we're going to take your request, Omen Illusions, and then we're going to go back and listen to other tracks. This track is composed by Shoei Miyazawa. Yeah, what a wonderful track to start with there. Thanks for recommending this track, Omen Illusion. I almost felt it sounded a little bit like a gypsy kind of melodies there at some times. But yeah, it's really sweet to hear this fantasy, dark fantasy soundtrack again. It's very epic and yeah, more like regular, like dark fantasy epicness style compared to the Bloodborne soundtrack and some of that Shadow of the Earth tree we listened to in the previous live stream. And if you missed those, make sure you check those out. I'm gonna leave the links in the description. But yeah, what the start of the stream. Great track. Yeah, definitely kind of like a gypsy rhythm and melodies there in the intro. So it's really lovely about Elden Ring is that you have background music while you explore the world compared to in Bloodborne, I think, because I'm always like searching for the music in Bloodborne. But I guess they went for like different kind of vibes, and I think they wanted to depict a more like desolate kind of feeling in like Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne, Bloodborne compared to Elden Ring, because yeah, we always have like sweet ambient music in the background while we explore the world. Now I did see some really amazing playthroughs recently of Elden Ring by Blanks. You see that one? It was from the Summer Games Done Quick 2024. I think he managed to play through Elden Ring at like 1 hour, 10 minutes. But yeah, it's really cool to see those playthroughs where they just run through all the enemies and stuff. Well, the dogs might like keep up with them, but most enemies are just like too slow to even get started fighting. Yeah, they really get the blood pumping, the boss themes in the Souls games. And yeah, really felt that when I played Cleric Beast and Father Cargwine. Yeah, they really try to keep the horror in the game by keeping it mysterious and dark and just like ambient drones maybe, and then like occasional coughs in the background and like eerie screams and stuff. Crows. Okay, so next up we're actually gonna listen to the track Elden Ring, which is I think it's played through the menu. It's been a while since I played Elden Ring, but yeah, what a track. It's really great menu theme and main theme for the game. Really love that chord progression too. If you want to play this at home, it's A minor. Then I think it's a D minor with the F in the bass. Then you have the G to the E minor. Love that theme. Yeah. Rudy, hi there. Tarnished Flame, welcome. Hardy Kim, champions. Right, so next up we're going to listen to Godskin Apostles. I love how they keep keeping the momentum forward with that, just driving. It's a really epic track, and with the choirs and everything, it's just yeah, gorgeous. it's just so perfect, like adventurous, dynamic arc in this track with these more quiet parts, and then the drama that hits you with like the swells. Yeah, such a gorgeous track, Godskin Apostles. Talk about dramatic with that, and then it goes like quiet. Yeah, really love that. Yeah, the church bells, of course. We need that for a dark, mysterious soundtrack. Yeah, really long to go back into the Elden Ring. I really wish they could remake Bloodborne with the same kind of like graphical quality that you get in Elden Ring. I mean, if you play the Elden Ring and then you go back and play Bloodborne like I've been doing now, you can definitely see the like aging of... I don't know, is it even in 4K Bloodborne, or is it like full HD only? Seems like, or maybe it's a filter or something, but I really wish they remade Bloodborne with the same kind of like visual quality as in Elden Ring. While Elden Ring obviously is a lot more like colorful, because it's more like a fantasy kind of dark world rather than the Victorian Bloodborne world. But just the visual quality. Shakecast, hi there. X-Force, hi there. And Tickle, thanks for subscribing to the channel. Yeah, we'll see. I think we're gonna stick with just Elden Ring original soundtrack here today in today's stream, but we'll probably do. I mean, we've done Shadow of the Erdtree, so I guess we're gonna do the DLC later on. The tracks we've listened to so far are Omen Illusion Main Theme, Godskin Apostles. Ah, okay, so that's the reason. 180p, yeah, I thought about that. It's probably not 4K, because I have a really sweet LG 4K back there. With high dynamic range colors. Yeah, so that's why. Even if I run it on the PS5, heck, we want some insane graphics when we play the PS5, don't we? Yeah, so what's your own gaming experience with Elden Ring? Did you all finish the game? I mean, after watching the speedrun of Elden Ring, I don't know if I dare to go back, but I'm sure I'm gonna do that after this live stream. Lord of Blood, Mohg. 800 hours. Valtteri Niskanen. Yeah, you got quite some hours in there. I think I have like 40 something. 40, 50 something. Ah, awesome. Playing while you're watching. Okay. Yeah, such a wonderful game. In the beginning I thought this might not be a game for me, but since it's in the like Soul series. But then after my son had played it, my son Elliot, he just, yeah, he told me you must try this game. So I bought it on the PS5 and I got hooked. Such a gorgeous game. Right, so next up we're going to listen to Opening. Elden Ring Opening. Darkness approaches. I'm actually really in love with these type of tracks with just that just have like a solo instrument and maybe just a pad or something in the background, because it gives you such an like emotional impact, and you really get to hear like the performance of the player. I really love that. It's a lot harder to hear like individual performances, obviously, if you're listening to like the full symphonic orchestra. A great opening. Oh, this is heroic. And it's really dramatic, that the build in the ending of this track. Just amazing. Almost sounds like the heroic, the hero rising. Something like from Batman the Dark Knight or something. And then ending with that downwards arpeggio. Really cool. Amazing. So that's the opening. Yeah, I wonder why they set the opening track before the character creation track in the OST list here. The Final Battle OST. Yeah, so we have a few requests here. And let's see. We can't obviously play all the tracks from the soundtrack because, like with the other soundtracks we've tackled in the previous streams, there's a lot of tracks in this playlist. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When they talk about the lore, yeah. Lichdragon Fortissax, requested by Hello. Let's take it on. Damn, what a track! I really love the voice leading in the intro in this track. And by the way, this track is composed by Yoshimi Kudo. And I don't think any of the previous tracks we listened to was composed by Yoshimi. And you can definitely hear that they have different composition styles and arranging styles. I wonder if, like they did with many other soundtracks, they often have one that's composing or several composers, and then they have separate orchestral arrangers. But I wonder if they arrange the tracks themselves. My guess is that they have orchestral arrangers that help out with the orchestration and setting. What a track! Just to listen to that massive wall of sound. And yeah, like someone said earlier here, you love the church bell in the soundtracks to these Dark Souls games. Really enjoy the organ in this one. And the choir songs. Must have been extremely hard to mix this track. Like the choirs is singing in fortissimo. It's like the loudest of loudness. And yeah, all the other instruments. But it's just really cool to hear like the organ just played as a pad like that. And then you have these string runs on top of that. Just love that combination. Especially in this track, and yeah, it sounds like the like larger than life final boss fight, slutbossen, like my brother used to say, the final boss. Damn! Dramatic stuff. Theatrical and dramatic. Yeah. Forte Fortissimo. Opera. The final boss. But indeed, it isn't, but sounds like the final boss of the final game. I used to be an adventurer like you. And then I took an arrow to the knee. And now, look where I am. Serenade for Winds. Hi there, welcome. Like I said earlier, make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed here to my channel. Because if you're lucky, you might also appear with your name here on the stream. So make sure you subscribe while you're watching this stream. Or after. And hit that bell so you don't miss out on any of these upcoming lives. Leyndell Royal Capital. Yeah, we're gonna listen to Mohg, Lord of Blood. Lord of Blood. Darkness. There's a lot of lords in the titles. Lords of Apparition. Lord's Apparition. I really should set up lists prior to making the streams. I tried to ask for it in a post on my YouTube channel here, but there was only a few people responding to, like asking for your favorite tracks from the soundtrack. So I thought I could prepare like a playlist prior to making the stream. But maybe we have to prepare, give it more days prior to doing the live. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, so you guys have got tons of hours in Elden Ring. I really need to go back. But now I'm playing Bloodborne, and it's gonna take forever, I guess. If I don't mimic the speedruns. Malenia. Yeah, there's some really cool bosses in Bloodborne. Like Morgott. Morgott, the fell omen. Yeah, it's nice to see some requests here. Radahn. I don't think I met him while I was playing. Yeah, thanks for sending the requests. Awesome. Deadmaker channel. We're not gonna listen to Night Rain in this stream. We're gonna take that in a separate stream because there's so many tracks in just the original soundtrack. And you probably, or you might have seen I did the Shadow of the Erdtree previously. But it seems there's a lot of people that's invested and really love the Elden Ring world and the music, so I'm gonna see if we can cover a few soundtracks in separate streams. I think it's a good way to take it in a stream rather than just doing a separate like reaction video, because for once I get to interact with you guys out there and ask about what you think about the games and your favorite moments from the games and favorite tracks and everything. So it's just more communication than just posting videos. I'm getting lost in the playlist. Yeah, there's a lot of masterpieces in the Elden Ring soundtrack. There's just too many. We can never have too many favorite soundtracks. So what do you think? Are they gonna make a Bloodborne remake? Or are Sony gonna continue making just sequels of other games? Next up, Fallingstar Beast. Talk about suspenseful track with all these movements that keep you like unfocused. You don't really know what to focus on in the music. It's really suspicious, suspenseful. Yeah, that track definitely gave me like a sense of unfocus and like lost somehow, because the melodies were like all over the place and harmony changing, and really hard to focus on something on that one. And I guess it's going to be hard to focus on the beast, Fallingstar Beast. Fefinov, Mattias, have you ever had a really wow moment when playing a video game, as in something that truly moved you? Yeah, definitely. There's a ton of these moments in different games, and one of them that I'm come to think of at the moment is obviously the Witcher 3. Just the experience of booting up Witcher 3 for the first time, and experiencing the music and sound world and storytelling. And of course the Red Baron adventure. And there's other like wow moments. I think I got a few of them in like Uncharted 4. When I played through, like I thought it was the whole game, but then it was only like half of the game and half the game left to play. And that was like an insane experience. But some really cool dramatic moments during that game too. I remember some like I really love like pirate films and pirate movies. So when you find this the burning ship, I can't really recall the exact moment within the game, but yeah, it was some kind of boss fight beside the burning pirate ship. Really love that. And yeah, there was a lot of wow moments in Clair Obscur during my first playthrough. It's always that when you finish these games that you like, that has this lovely story, and when you finish them, they leave you with such an like empty feeling, and you wish you could go back and undo everything, just replay it and re-experience those feelings that you had during your first playthrough. Yeah, I played Elden Ring, about 40 hours. But somehow, yeah, I think there was a lot going on in like my personal life and with the kids and everything, and I didn't have like too much time to play at the moment. So somehow I got lost and installed some other games. I don't have like a too large disc on the PS5 yet, so really need to do an upgrade. I think there's a second slot for an M2 disc. Maybe I'll get one for Christmas, we'll see. But I really love the game, yeah, love the atmosphere of Elden Ring. And I also have like a Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne. And now I'm streaming Bloodborne here on my channel. And if any of you would like to join in on the Bloodborne journey, just hop on those streams. Yeah, it's really unfortunate, but I'm sure I'm gonna install Elden Ring again, because now when I listen to the music again here, I remember and recall some amazing, cool vibes I got when I played it. Da-ba-da-doo. So what's your own favorite part of Elden Ring? Let me know here in the chat. The round table. Let's play Limgrave. I guess you all heard this theme quite a few times. The overworld. It's cool how just a few notes can bring back memories and nostalgia so much, and you remember small details that you experienced during your first play of Elden Ring, and the first time you started exploring the world. I guess how was it? Did many of you like watch play videos prior to playing Elden Ring, or did you just jump into the game without like prior sneak peeks from video clips? Let me know here in the chat. Because when I played it, I had only seen I'd seen the trailer, and I'd seen my son been playing it, but not like sequentially. So I just had like brief glimpses of what the game was like. It's really eerie with that like a wind in the background that you have like continuously in the background, but it doesn't sound like really like a wind. It's almost like you're listening to like a shopping mall with like a murmur of million voices, but then maybe time stretch and stuff. Yeah, it's very textural. Yeah, I mean, Jacob, when I first started exploring the beginning of the game, it was so scary. It's your first Soulspawn game. The world just feels so hostile, but the music helps to balance it out with the calmness. Yeah, I mean, I had tried, like I said, I have Dark Souls 3, and I think I also played the Dark Souls 1, like briefly, at some point in time in the past, so that was like my expectations for the level of, the hardness of the game. But I really feel it's a lot more convenient for new players to get into Elden Ring compared to like Bloodborne. Bloodborne, you're just gonna die. That's just how it is. Yeah, I love this track, Limgrave. It's never getting old. The overworld theme. Next up we have a Mohg, Lord of Blood. Yeah, this is also a very massive track. The sounds like hit you like a wall. And yeah, it's an amazing experience. And especially if you meet a boss or something at the same time. Yeah, the harpsichord always gets me. Yeah, it's really cool when they throw in these... it's not outer-worldly sounds, but they are really suitable for the soundtrack. But that they vary between like having organs and having the harpsichord or having like bells and stuff. But yeah, that epic wall of strings and cellos and the choir. Yeah, it's massive. Stage 2. It's almost like a Gregorian choir set at this point in the track. And yeah, really lovely to hear the exchange from that dramatic epic wall to a more like subtle. Well, it's still epic music, but yeah, a little bit more subtle with the melody and stuff. Yeah, like stepping down the stairs to hell, definitely. Good point there. And the angels. Yeah, what can I say? I guess this is the masterpiece so far from the tracks we've listened to today. Really massive arrangement and perfectly mixed and perfect drama throughout the track. Mohg, Lord of Blood. Yeah, gets your blood pumping, I can tell you. Tarnished Flame, my first time listening to a Phase 2 track. He never lasted that long against me. Okay, so be true now. You saw some playthroughs before you. You saw some speedruns before you played him. Before you battled Mohg. Just admit it. Just a great sword. What? I just need to listen to the end section of this track again. Yeah, to me, this almost goes into the territory of like anthem music. At least this ending part of the track really sounds like anthemic, really strong thematic. Yeah, Godrick the Grafted. But first, Morgott, the Omen King. just gonna stop there at phase 1. This reminds me a little bit of this track, and you can let me know if you know of the game or the character. Which game? I'm not gonna play it exactly like the melody of the character or game. Yeah, and so you won. That's a fast one. Glazers, yeah, thank you. Definitely feeling better today. I was really down with the cold and yeah, really sore throat and everything. And I thought it was going to come back here earlier today, but I managed to swim through the cold. And yeah, my son was at the kindergarten today, so it's all well and good. And my elder kids, Elliot and Leia, I have another son. I have 2 sons. One of them is 17, called Elliot. And then I have a daughter called Leia. She just turned 15. And then I have the small little rugrat Alex, which is 4 years old. Do you have any family lasers? Any kids? Yeah, let's continue with the second one. But I thought I heard a little bit of like a God of War stuff in there, in the Morgott, the Omen King. So it's almost like a tragedy here, a dramatic tragedy in the song, in the melody, at least in this part. Previously it's been like a boss fighting, and now we get like on the tragic side. Yeah, I guess we'll focus on Elden Ring original soundtrack, the OG game soundtrack tonight, because the obvious reasons is I need some time to play too. Or we need some time to play too. But seriously, as I wrote there, it's gonna be too many tracks to cover in a single stream session, at least for me. I need to get up early, you know. If you have a 4-year-old, you're gonna be up at 5 or 6 in the morning. That's just how it is. Yeah, it's a perfect sound to end the track. It's always lovely to hear like different endings and also like try to predict how they are gonna end a specific theme or a specific song, but I didn't expect it to end with that bell, almost like a sword sound. Mohg, the Lord of Blood, another massive track. Da-ba-da-bum. Yeah, I got kids when I was quite old, I think, at least. But I mean, maybe that's the new like norm. I was 30 when I had my first son, Elliot. How about this one, Caelid, by Yuka Kitamura. Flying on. Thanks for subscribing. It's a really eerie theme with these like buzzings of flies. And with the orchestra warming up in the background. Yeah, so that's the track with the flies. Now let's continue to Starscourge Radahn. Yeah. Spot on. it's a really strong track so far. And a really cool like vocalist or choir. Doesn't sound like a really like classical choir. Some other kind of almost a monk-like choir. No, I've not played Sekiro. I think it's gonna be a too hard game for me. Let me finish Bloodborne first, and then we're gonna take on Sekiro. Okay, so we're gonna go phase 2. It's sweet that they don't just have like this dramatic, epic thematic material. They also have these more like sad and contemplating parts, like we hear at the end here with the trumpet. It's almost like it almost reminds me when we have like solo trumpets. It sometimes reminds me of like funeral. Same thing that you can get with just if you have like a military snare. If it's just a single military snare and a trumpet, then it's like funeral music. I wish for a full Lies of P OST plus DLC OST reaction for Christmas. Yeah, maybe I want that too. We'll see. Yeah, so you liked the previous Lies of P live stream with it. But yeah, that's also, it's tons of great tracks in that one. Yeah, it's definitely like a goodbye, this one, to the Starscourge Radahn. But I haven't met him in the game, but yeah, I did see him during the speed run. Oh, cool. Yeah, definitely they get it right. They knew what kind of instruments to bring when they want to infuse the funeral quality. There are some massive builds in the track, like building up the power. Next up we have Fallen Knights. I can just say instantly here that this is a track that I'm gonna love. I just know it. I can hear it from that beginning here with the cellos and the rhythmical qualities, and also that melody. Cool. It's just so awkward and like out of this world. We'll take it from the top. Fallen Knights. Almost a bit like Lace from Silksong, but without the 5/4. Okay, so I see some comments here. It loses its spark for me. I can understand why, and that's probably because it has a lot of like... you had that melody in the beginning, which like caught me instantly there, this one. It's very rememberable because it's so like awkward and weird steps. But then you get this part with just like the harmony. It's just the harmony, cellos in the background playing. And then it becomes more like a background music. And I guess that's maybe why it loses its spark, probably. I was expecting more of the like melodic qualities, but I understand it's a boss. And yeah, they want to keep the momentum, but probably they didn't invest as much in the melodic writing, or it can also get too much melody, but yeah. Let's continue. That part almost sounds like a totally different track compared to what you heard previously. But I'm glad that they at least go back to the melody there. But I really wish they would elaborate on the melody more on this track. I mean, it's a cool section and all, but it sounds like a different track. I mean, it definitely works when you play against an enemy, a boss in this case, this theme, but it definitely falls more into like background music because you lose that melody for a while. I need to go down and check up on my son here, but I'm gonna continue playing the track. Finally, an amazing part again here in the track Fallen Knights. Really love those trials amongst all the 4/4 in the track. No, we didn't listen to Rykard yet. HK Blau, welcome to the stream. Good to have you aboard. And I'm glad you're catching this live. So Fallen Knights here. I'm a little bit... yeah. I do like the intro of the track and also that the melody. I think that's a fifth. But then it falls to this like background music, and that goes on for a long while with just a repetition of some harmonic stuff in. And it isn't a lot of stuff happening in the melody. And that makes it fall back a little bit. I really wish they did more work on this track or made like a remix of the track. Maybe I'll do a remix of this track. We'll see what happens here. Maybe I'll get some time during Christmas and I can make a arrangement variation on the Fallen Knights here. Because I really wish they would elaborate on the melody in this one. Yoshimi Kudo, make a remix. Dum 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 dum. they will also get that like the God of War notes, the 3 first notes of the minor scale. It's really cool how you can create a motif for a character or game with just a few notes. That's all it needs, all it takes. Serenade for Winds, they barely rely on developing motifs. Most of their music is about forward motion, continuous creation, momentum, propel momentum. I believe sometimes it may backlash. Yeah, definitely in this track it does backlash. But there's a lot of goodness in the track too, but I totally understand why you kind of get bored of the track at some point. At some point. Right, so next up we're gonna listen to a track that I need to find called Dragon. Also by, this one is by Yuka Kitamura. That was a short one. Yeah, this one might also fall in the same category as The Fallen Knight, but I didn't feel like this track really had much melodic thematic material to draw me into the music, but definitely it gets the blood pumping, and I guess it works within the game too, to the gameplay, to the game mechanics. Godrick the Grafted, yeah, forgot about that one. Really need to play that one. Really need to play that one. Sorry for missing that one. Let's take it. Man, what a track so far, and I really love that little melody that comes in and then blossoms out into the full epic massive wall of sounds. Phase 2. Man, there's a lot of stuff happening in this track. It's going to take a few listens to really adapt everything and and analyze what's happening in the track. Really love it so far. Godrick the Grafted. Now, I have a question here. Those of you who's well invested in the Soulsborne games, is it the same composers for the previous, like Dark Souls 1, 2, 3 and Bloodborne? Or do they have like separate teams? Maybe Bloodborne is separate, but I mean from the Dark Souls to Elden Ring, is it the same, like composer teams? I mean, they must have become masters at this music style of like evil, dramatic, cinematic scores. Yeah, love that one. Probably the most epic track we listened to today, and the most advanced when it comes to the arrangement and scoring, and all the different instruments coming in and out, and yeah, just a massive track. Okay, so there's just a few from like the original Dark Souls series. Yuka Kitamura and Motoi Sakuraba. Yeah, they really did some amazing work. Lasers, yeah, we really need to listen to Dark Souls 3, I guess, in a coming stream. And I really need to get it installed too on the PS5. But yeah, as soon as I get more storage on the PS5, I need to install another M2 and then I can install some more games. But yeah. But it's really fun now when I've got up to speed in Bloodborne. Really feeling the vibe for the game. But I'm still having problems pairing with the shotgun. Just to time it right. I always shoot too early. It's just how it is. Next up we're gonna listen to Beast Clergyman. I know some of you requested this previously. choir work on this one is just amazing. I really love the sounds and the quality of the choirs and how they're mixed in the track. Again, like a massive wall of choirs. Just amazing. Dramatic part, this one with the swells. Just love it. we're definitely entering more like dangerous territory. But it's really lovely how the parts previous to this even sounds heroic at times. It sounds like you're powerful and yeah, not as like discouraging as many other themes might make you feel like I'm gonna lose this fight. This one, at least it sounds a little bit more like positive and encouraging. But now we're entering a more dangerous phase. The track. Somehow this final part of the track almost sounds like you're gonna lose this. It's the end of the world, it's the end of everything, and you are losing. And it reminds me somehow of, I can't recall the track name. I'm not too familiar with the track names of Lord of the Rings, but it definitely reminds me of one of the key moments in the Lord of the Rings movie. I'm trying to find out which scene it is from, but it does sound like Lord of the Rings. So it's like you have the D in the root of this part. And then you have the choir singing in the perfect fourth. So it becomes a little bit like not a dissonance per se, but and then you hear the choir just repeat that same note, so it becomes very like profound and definite. The definite end. Yeah, what a massive end. I need to come back to which Lord of the Rings theme I was thinking about. Right, so that was the yeah, that was the Clergyman, Beast Clergyman. Next up we're gonna listen to Leyndell. I know you all requested this one too. Royal Capital. Man, I just want to go and play Elden Ring now. I'm totally drawn into sound atmosphere. Man, this is beautiful. It reminds me a little bit of the Witcher soundtrack, how the medieval instruments behave in the track, and the atmosphere. The lute. Yeah, instant favorite, Leyndell Royal Capital. I can't recall hearing this track in game, but as I said earlier, it's been a while since I played Elden Ring last time. But I really love this track. Reminds me of a Witcher 3, but aside from that, it's just I just love these like when they play the strings, like it's almost silence. And these small string scrubs and small details that you get, maybe with a lute or something that you can briefly hear in the background. Just love it, and maybe some harp. And Leyndell. And some. What an area Leyndell is. Amazing level design, incredible visuals, fun exploration, great atmospheric music, and epic boss fights. Truly the best area in the game for me, and possibly in any game. Yeah, they really created a nice, sweet track for like the general overworld theme. I'd really love if they had this type of like more ambient tracks also in Bloodborne while you explore the world, because when I wander around in Bloodborne, I always wish there were some kind of music playing along. I mean, it wouldn't, to me, it wouldn't ruin the vibe of the game or the like evilness or the Victorian flavor, the vampiric theme of the game. Yeah, sad sounding strings, that's my weakness too. Yeah, so many wonderful ambient pieces in Elden Ring 2. Okay, so which track did we miss here tonight? Godfrey. We missed a lot of tracks, yeah, I know. First Elden Lord, Godfrey. I'm pretty sure that it's the first time I ever hear that kind of trumpet articulation in the middle of a soundtrack like that. Totally like over the top stuff happening. Really love it so far. Phase 2. How do we even compose this section in the beginning here of Phase 2? It's the most chaotic but also very intriguing part. Totally lost. Damn, Godfrey! What a track! The first Elden Lord. Yeah, he truly got a massive theme for him. Yeah. loves to get down and dirty, but he hasn't been allowed for so long. And he finally gets to when this track plays. Yeah. We missed another track too. The God-Devouring Serpent. Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. It sounds a little bit Bloodborne. But that's Breath of the Wild, I guess. Sorry. Now, I haven't seen this boss fight myself, but I can just imagine this is probably the most blood pumping theme from this night's listening stream from Elden Ring, I think. It's really a massive track, and it's really cool to hear that they have like different choir vocal qualities across many of the tracks, and this one definitely has like a unique sound in the choir section. Sounds really like crisp and crystal clear. What a track. Massive one, this one too. God-Devouring Serpent. Fantasia. I thought you wrote Phantasmagoria. Anyone play that game? Phantasmagoria. I love those old CD-ROM games. Cinematic CD-ROM games. Stonekeep. Anyone play that? Stonekeep. Stonekeep. Regal Ancestor. Next up. Ages ago. This is like the only time that I hear some kind of like Asian quality in the music, which is really lovely. The Last Samurai, anyone? Love that one. Great movie, great soundtrack. The space between the melody there, it's just so dramatic. While I was expecting like a repetition of the original melody with just a slight change, but yeah, works that way too, obviously, but just a lovely melody. And like I said before, it's probably gonna be one of those tracks where I just wish they elaborated more on like the main melodies the main motifs that you present in the arrangement. perfect blossom is a rare thing. You could spend your life looking for one, and it would not be a waste of life. That's from The Last Samurai. And I think the quote goes well with the music. Yep, instant favorite. That's just how it is. Regal Ancestor Spirit. Instant favorite. Ah, there we have it. I'll do another one for you. To know life in every breath, in every cup of tea, in every life we take. That is Bushido, the way of the warrior. It was a good death. It's just, you just have to watch the movie. It's brilliant on every level. I think you're gonna love this one. Guess the track. man, this is also gonna be one of my favorites from today's stream. And I think it's among the favorites from like all the From Software songs I've listened to so far. Really love this. You know it. The cello, little cello solo we get there, but also like the whole arrangement. Yeah, I love when we get those trials from time to time in the music. It just gives adds another dimension to the arrangement. And this is definitely one of those tracks where they build on the motifs and at least elaborate on the melodies. Really love that. Instant favorite, Malenia, Blade of Miquella. Lovely track. Man, what many bangers we heard today. So what's left? Where can we go from here? Where can we go from Malenia? Malenia. It's time for the final track of tonight. The final battle of the battles in the battles. Oh, sigh. Yeah, let's go. The final battle. So that's phase 1. Phase 2. Damn, what a dramatic first part. Loved it. Am I correct that they play this? I think they play this melody also in one of the trailers to Elden Ring. Nadam. Let me know in the comments here. What a beautiful theme. Ah, what a track. The final battle. I'm glad we saved this one for last. What a perfect track, like you said. It's a perfect ending track for the stream here tonight. What a blast it's been. So many nice, sweet tracks, and to end with the final battle. Yeah, I really loved how they arranged this track. And that we get this as the ending of the final battle. It's just ring, 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 Elden Ring. Yeah, that's life when you join too late. Or you maybe in the US or something. Let me know here in the chat where you're all from. And if there's new people in here, like I said earlier in the stream, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of these upcoming streams. And if you really want to join in, I usually stream 9 p.m. Central European Time on Wednesdays. I do stream on other days during the week, but apparently Wednesdays 9 p.m. has been working quite nice. So I'll try to continue at least to keep that as a defined date to stream these reaction streams. And it's been a real blast today. Thanks so much for joining in and participating and listening through the Elden Ring soundtrack. So many great tracks, and wonderful experiences. And I can't wait to get back into the Elden Ring game. But yeah, as you probably know, those of you who follow my channel, I got too many games going on at the moment. We have Silksong, which I love, of course. And we have Clair Obscure's second run and the Bloodborne. And I'm also playing Ghost of Tsushima. The backlog is just growing. Just want to play. Yeah, so many games. Ghost of Yute also came out then. They're releasing too many games. You can't keep up with them. Ah, from the good US. Yeah, I thought so. So you probably just woke up. Or it's the middle of the day. Yeah, so what are you guys playing? And what are you gonna play during the holidays? And what's your thoughts on the Game Awards? Not that Game Awards matter. We don't give a shit. We have our favorites anyway. Man, what a track. And like we did last time, we're gonna end the stream with one of my own tracks. Let's listen to Chamber of Admantius. Or maybe Icarienna is a better track to end the stream with. It's a cozy little track. Hope you like it. A lot of Hearthstone. Yeah, I played that quite extensively back in the day too. Where Winds Meet. Yeah, I really want to play that one too. Really looks like my cup of tea. As I mentioned here earlier, I'm a big samurai Bushido fan. The philosophy. The way of the warrior. Trying to live by it as much as I can, but we all know that's impossible. Battlegrounds. Night Rain DLC. Yeah, we need to do Night Rain and... Just gonna tell you, this track is gonna blossom. Just wait for it. Thanks for joining in, Julia. Steve Really Evil. Thanks. You can find my music everywhere on any streaming platform. Just search for my name, Mattias Holmgren, or you can search for my pseudonym, Gelheim. Hi there, Bearman. Good to have you. I obviously have music under other like artist name. You can search for Embracing, but then you're gonna listen to death metal. Yeah, thanks for listening. That was Icarienna. And you can find that on basically all streaming platforms. Yeah, thanks for joining in, everybody. Silksong and the Night Rain DLC. Elrinth, my man. Drinking beer in Kalmar in mid-week at night before workday tomorrow. Yeah, how is it, bro? Elrinth, some of you might know it's my brother. He's 6 years younger than me. I'm 47, by the way, if anyone was asking. Almost 50. Gosh. What happens with time? Thanks, Elrinth. Yeah, so we'll see what the next soundtrack reaction stream will be like. What kind of soundtrack we're going to listen to. But as always, I'm going to encourage you to keep commenting and also make use of that new hype feature that's available on YouTube. I don't know if it's available in all countries, but if you see that hype button on any of my videos, it won't cost you anything to just hype the video, but apparently it helps the algorithm to find the videos. Cinderbjörn, late to the party, yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, thanks everybody for joining in. It was a real blast listening to the Elden Ring soundtrack. Many of the tracks I've heard before, but also a lot of them I hadn't heard before, as I've not progressed so far in the game. But as I said, you really have to watch the Elden Ring playthrough by Blanks, the Summer Games Done Quick, GDQ 2024. I think he played it at like 1 hour, 10 minutes or something. Playthrough. I can't know how you can manage to play through Elden Ring that fast. Yes, so that's all for tonight. Thanks for joining in, and I'll see you in the next live stream. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also jump in on my Patreon, and you can also become a channel member here on my channel and support via YouTube. If you like these reactions, so we can continue and grow this channel and have a blast, and hopefully get some game companies to sponsor us. And not just all audio. Awesome, Bearman. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, I saw a lot of new subscribers during the stream here today. That's really lovely. Thanks for all the support. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one too. It was a blast. And yeah, I'm gonna do a new poll request post on my YouTube post page, so we can vote for the next one. Maybe we'll do Night Rain. Let's see what happens. Or maybe we will do something lighter. We've been doing a lot of darker, mysterious, and these dark fantasy classical soundtracks. So it's like a fresh breeze to do something else from time to time too. Because I really enjoy a large quantity of different genres and music styles, as you probably know if you've listened to my music. Yeah, see you later, guys. Have a nice evening. Time for the evening sandwich. I've been drinking way too much julmust here tonight. Julmust? Har du någon julmust hemma, Nicke? De hade billig julmust på... vart var det jag såg det? På dollar. 50 spänn. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. See you in the next one. Bye. Trocadero, ja. Ja, det är också gott. Det är nice. That's sweet. And again, if you haven't watched The Last Samurai, just go and watch that movie. It's a no-brainer. So many great quotes. So many nice sceneries. It's just, yeah, and the music is amazing. Hans Zimmer, by the way. Bye.